Bro, he regular broke. I think Floyd might be regular broke, y'all. I don't know.
The Floyd Mayweather situation is actually worse than we all thought. In our last video, we discussed how Floyd is having money issues, but we didn't know it was this bad. And we finally know the truth because the guy who Floyd Mayweather is currently suing for robbing him of $100+ million responded, and he provided receipts. And Floyd is flat out broke. I'm talking about down to his last broke.
Floyd's spending problem is the reason why he's going broke. I was able to go directly to the source to get private information that hasn't been shared publicly yet, to discuss the recent lawsuit that sent shockwaves throughout the sports world. Mayweather suing former associate in an alleged $175 million fraud scheme. That associate...
Now, that's the guy that Floyd said stole his plane. Basically, he said he stole all his money and his plane. And Floyd looks special as I don't know what with them glasses on trying to read and write.
Jona shared with me private text messages, private images of Floyd signing contracts, and access to private communication with his team.
Floyd made $750 million in about 90 minutes of work in his professional fights, in his career. We're not even considering the $100+ million he made fighting Conor McGregor. And like the $50+ million he made from the other celebrity boxing matches. How do you blow through that money? How?
You got to stunt. You got to let these dudes know that you're getting that money so they can be scared and watch they hoes. I mean, watch they ladies. I'm trying to be better with the cussing.
Are you this man can't even make payroll. He can't even pay his employees on time.
Oh, they about to leave.
Because he's honestly don't got it.
Ain't nobody listening around working for Floyd stuttering self for free.
And it's nobody's fault but his. But what you're about to like watch and listen to is Spencer Cornelia break down how Floyd is now attempting to blame everybody around him and file these frivolous lawsuits against people who was helping him out, right? Because he don't want to look in the mirror. It's his fault he's broke. It's his fault he mismanaged his money. It's his fault he was buying, I don't know, bro, like $5 million watches for no reason whatsoever. And now he has nothing left. And he's going after the people who apparently try to help him.
And the proof I've been given will contradict everything you've heard in the news about this case. By going through all of the claims presented...
Sorry about the brush, y'all. I heard you. I'm going to stop. I swear to God.
...in the lawsuit, I'll share all the private information that I have access to so we can understand fully what's going on with Floyd Mayweather. In 2017, Rechnitz and Mayweather became friends, which ultimately led to Rechnitz becoming Floyd's investment manager, real estate advisor, and banking liaison. Jona helped put deals together for Floyd. He was his manager. So that's sponsorships, real estate deals, and fights, just to name a few revenue streams. Jona shared with me that he was not on salary, meaning he only made money when there was a commission on finding a deal. As an example, Jona shared with me that Floyd was running out of money in 2020. So Jona put together a fight with Logan Paul to generate income, as well as many other exhibition fights. Turns out the only people actually punching Floyd in the face at this time were the IRS debt collectors. More on that in a minute. The first big claim that Floyd makes is that he wasn't aware that in 2016, Rechnitz had pleaded guilty to wire fraud conspiracy, that Rechnitz had cooperated with the United States attorney, or that Rechnitz had been the subject of significant civil litigation.
So he's saying he didn't know this dude was a crook. This is all new information to him.
This is a sketchy character, Rechnitz, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I don't trust him.
I heard he cooperated too, allegedly.
You know, I take whatever he says with a grain of salt, but it feels like Floyd thought he had an easy scapegoat, man. Floyd made some bad decisions financially, probably some bad investments, bought some things he shouldn't have bought, and this dude was his investment manager. So this dude probably helped Floyd make the bad decisions. Floyd said, hey, bruh, I need this, buy me this, invest in this. Dude did what Floyd asked him.
Go get me 19 watches right now. I need them.
To do. And then when it didn't work out, now Floyd thinks he has a scapegoat because this dude already has a sketchy past. You know, like the courts already know who he is. He already defrauded people out of their money. So when you come with similar claims, this dude will have an uphill battle proving he didn't defraud you. Because, you know, he already has a history of defrauding. People know. But this dude has receipts. Receipts for days. First off, let's start off with Floyd just outright lying in court, claiming he didn't know this dude was, I guess, a scammer. But Floyd would tell the court he didn't know, but there's court records of him like writing a judge, letting the judge know, hey, I know my friend is up for sentencing. He's a really good guy. So Floyd is writing like statement of characters for this dude in the court case he claims he know nothing of. It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
What Floyd's attorney was trying to do with this complaint is make it look like Floyd was taken advantage of by a guy with a questionable past. Like Floyd is this innocent victim who had no idea who this guy really was. There's a little problem with that. because I have proof he did know. This letter on the screen was sent in 2023 by Floyd Mayweather to a U.S. District Judge for the Southern District of New York. The bottom includes Floyd's name and his signature. For context, this is Floyd Mayweather.
Was his signature?
Southern District of New York. The bottom includes Floyd's
like a drawing. He that's him trying to draw his face. He wrote it with his fist.
name and his signature. For context, this is Floyd Mayweather's letter to the judge in Jona Rechnitz's case, speaking about Jona's character and why he deserves a better outcome. In the second paragraph, he writes, "We became friendly and I supported him when he was going through the process of being sentenced in 2019. That sounds to me like he knew about Jona's litigation in New York." In the third...
So why would he still have this dude remain his manager? He's like, he not gonna steal from me. He be stealing, but not from me, because I'm Floyd.
Paragraph, he writes that Jona has worked with him as his promoter and business advisor. He has taken the job and run with it, helping Floyd in every aspect and opening up new opportunities. He further mentions the charitable work they've done together. Further down, he mentions that people have tried to take advantage of Jona by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, "I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor."
First of all, when he say Floyd writes, let's just take that as a, like in theory, because we know damn well Floyd didn't write this.
"I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jona Rechnitz is a good person." He claimed that he didn't know about Jona's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jona, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York.
But he can't write. You know he ain't do that. That's an allegation. Overruled, sustained. I mean, you know he can't write. He didn't do that. Somebody else wrote that. Resnick probably wrote it himself and told Floyd, draw your face on this.
To add up. Many have speculated that Mayweather is coming out of retirement for a rematch with Pacquiao because he needs the money. Yes, this is why. Around August 2025, Floyd needed cash money, so he decided to start pawning his jewelry. Here's a text on August 25th, 2025 of Jona sending Floyd an image of his watch and the word loan below. That represents that watch as being within the group that was being pawned. Here's the second image sent on that day. The top image is a collection of watches that were grouped together for a November loan and that many have been returned after the balance was paid down.
That's the one that he showed us on the bed. He laid it out. He's like, if I go somewhere for 30 days, I get 30 watches. In 60 days, I get 60 watches.
Next message of another collection of watches that were used for a loan. The image on the left is an exhibit Floyd included in the complaint. Within this list are 4 of the watches you see in the text message on the right that were included in the group of watches that were pawned. This indicates he continues to lie about not knowing that his watches were getting pawned for a loan to fund his lifestyle.
Before we get this video started, if you want to learn how I made $142,000 from YouTube this month, join my community by clicking a link in the description. That's where I give you guys all the tools to grow on YouTube and make money, as well as offer you guys the opportunity to make videos with me, to do joint videos, joint reactions that get posted on both our channels. I also promote your videos on my social media pages. Don't you want to work with me? Like, click the link in my description to join my community. Let's get started. Let's grind. Let's make money together.
What was told to me is that Floyd was running out of money. Now, obviously, his broke is a lot different than broke for me and you. But at this time, he needed money, so he decided to pawn $13 million from his watch collection.
And Flacco, did you sneak a commercial in on me?
He does have his own jet and has flown private for a couple decades. And he has an extensive exotic car collection. But what has been shared with me is that his lifestyle is so expensive that he constantly needs to take out loans against all his assets. And it's fine when he's fighting and making money because he can pay the loans back. But it's kind of like musical chairs. Here's Floyd texting about having to give up all of his jewelry and watches and all of his women's bags. Dang. Further, he sent the text, "Don't forget about my ladies' Birkins." Also, that's a part of the $13 million. In December,
and the Birkins? I know they wasn't happy about that.
For 2025, Floyd texted, "Please keep me updated on my jewelry and Birkins. Thanks." Back in March, so around 7 months after he began pawning, he texted his pawn shop lender asking about the balance he owes so Jona knows what the number is. Jona, as Floyd's manager and the one who handles all the financial transactions, is the one who ensures that all the loans are paid off. The lender responds $1.85 million in checks, $10.8 million in jewelry, and $1.47 million in fees. And he mentions needing another $360,000 by Friday so the fees don't keep adding up. Floyd received the $13 million for pawning watches in his supposed $100 million watch collection. Jona shared with me that people pay up to 3% per month, which is why the fees were so high. That loan was almost paid in full. If you reread Joel's message, it makes sense. Joel says, "I have recouped everything and hasn't had to sell any pieces. All that remains is another $360,000 so Floyd doesn't have to pay any more fees."
Whatever we do, don't let 50 see this, man. For Mayweather's mental health, don't let 50 Cent see this, bro. The worst part about this, right? You hit hood bankruptcy and you still making bad decisions, man. All right.
What you saying when you start selling stuff?
Yo, can you imagine like how Flo was feeling, man, putting the jewelry in the box, putting it in his car, and then driving that joint to party. Yo, we all know, man, when we put our Xbox, first off, just unplugging the Xbox drains your spirit, man. All right? And we know, we just need until payday, man. But wrapping up the Xbox with the cord, but it don't hit you're really about to pawn your Xbox, right, to survive the next week and a half until you put it in your car and start driving. I can only imagine doing that to your watches.
No, not in the car. When that man tell you that $7, $8 he gonna get you for it.
But the worst part about this is it makes no sense. If you are broke, if you have no money, why pawn the watches? Pay $1.4 million in interest. That the $1.4 million that you don't have. Why not just sell the watches that you obviously can afford?
Because he needs them. Floyd has no substance. He's not an intelligent man. Everything he has is what he is to him. He's empty. He was a fighter and a rich person. If you take the rich person away from him, he's getting too old to fight. I mean, he's going to do the thing with Pacquiao. He's nobody. I'm not saying... I personally think what Floyd has accomplished is amazing, but to himself, and a lot of people have this issue. They live for people who don't care about them. Stunting on the world, nobody cares about you for 2 seconds. I'm talking about this. You think I'm going to spend the rest of the day wondering how broke Floyd is? No. A lot of celebrities don't realize you are the star. There is no gold chain or expensive watch that Floyd can wear that is more valuable than him being Floyd goddamn Mayweather. And when you don't have value in yourself and you don't feel that you're valuable, you put a bunch of stuff on and you feel like you need it. And Floyd will probably do this until he's actually regular people broke. I mean, it would be kind of interesting to see Floyd in a bus stop or something. They catch him on a bus stop, it's all over.
Just sell the watches. Sell it all. Right? If you have, again, watches that are worth $13 million, now I'm sure they're probably worth more, right? But
no,
right, because
it's
a pawn shop. But because let's just say $20 million. If you have watches that are worth $20 million, why not just sell the watches completely? Take that $20 million and get your financial situation back right.
Because he got a trick off. All he gonna do with the money once he finished paying whoever he ever owe is buy more watches. You put them down for the stuff that's really important for him.
Makes no sense. You pawn it for $13 million. You pay back the 13, give them an extra 1.4, go broke again, pawn it again. Yo, you're paying $1 million in interest every time you pawn it, and you can't afford it. You don't have money. Sell everything. Sell it all. Start from scratch. Live a modest life.
No. Can't do that.
Floyd, you are rich, or you was rich. Why are you trying to appear rich to brokies? Why are you pulling up in, I don't know, bro, like Gucci from head to toe, 4 different watches on at the same time, right? It doesn't make no sense, right? $1 million big Cuban, it doesn't make sense. You're trying to look rich for broke people. But I'm just stunned, bro, that Floyd was really able to blow through $750 million.
Yeah, you can do it.
Just in career earnings. We're not even talking about the rest, as we discussed earlier.
It's possible.
In case you aren't following, Joel can sell the watches that were pawned if Floyd doesn't pay the $13 million back. But he didn't need to sell watches because he was paid back and made $1.5 million in fees. In the complaint, Floyd discusses pawning his $100 million jewelry collection with the words, "to be pledged or placed in the possession of Joel, a Miami jewelry dealer." The amount received was around $13 million. A substantial portion of the pledged jewelry remains in the possession of Joel and Modi, and no accounting has been provided to Mr. Mayweather, and then alleges that the consideration received was diverted by Rechnitz and not paid to Floyd. I just shared the text messages between Floyd and Joel, showing the accounting of the transaction, and that nothing seemed to be awry. This is not the first time Floyd has had to take a pawn loan. Earlier last year, he borrowed $1 million from his friend Avi, the owner of Avi & Co., against his $18 million Jacob & Co. watch. Upon research, I realized...
Ugly. A handful of diamonds. Disgusting. Is this going... What do you want? You're Floyd Mayweather. Is this going to get you more box? Huh? Is this going to make the girls scream harder? Is this going to make the people more jealous? Is this going to make you feel more complete? Ridiculous, y'all.
That even though the retail is $18 million, the market value is about $2 to $3 million. So Floyd's $100 million jewelry collection is more likely worth a fraction of that. Why is Floyd Mayweather pawning jewelry despite being so wealthy and always seemingly around cash?
Jewelry is a scam anyway, just in and of itself.
I asked Jona how much Floyd spends every single month on his team, and Jona estimated around $1 million, which is why he now needs to exit retirement to fight Manny Pacquiao for a payday. One of the other claims is about Floyd selling his jet and not receiving any money. There's mention in the complaint that the block for the purchaser was left blank. What the media misunderstood was that the plane wasn't sold for $1 like the complaint lists here. Here's the actual signed contract, which does list the consideration of $1 and OVC, and you can see Floyd's signature down below. I think what was misunderstood is that the plane didn't actually sell for $1. OVC means other valuable considerations, which means the sale was for more than $1. This happens when private parties don't want the amount known to the public. Here's the text message between Jona and Floyd. Jona sent the payoff letter from the lender of his private jet, as well as a letter from Navy Federal Credit Union regarding a $2.787 million payoff. What happened was Floyd took out a large loan against the value of the jet. So when the jet was sold, a large chunk of the money went to pay off the loan and many of his other debts. Here's the payoff demand statement for the jet. Highlighted is borrower named Floyd Mayweather. The total loan payoff is around $2.79 million, and the highlight in the bottom left is the property collateral as the Gulfstream Learjet. This is the bank wire transfer receipt from the credit union. Both of these documents were sent to Floyd, so he's clearly lying about the jet only selling for $1 and him being out of the know on the jet selling. The picture on the left is Floyd signing the contract, and the picture on the right is Floyd holding the aircraft purchase and sale agreement right after signing it.
He can't read. He don't know what he signed. These hands was made for boxing, not for writing. He put on his glasses. I understand if you may need reading glasses. I do too, but to sign it,
he looked disappointed in the terms of the sale.
No jewelry on. He got stuff packed up. Oh, man. His walls look like, what's that, Bath and Body?
This is the text Jona sent to Floyd in September 2025, indicating that the house and airplane contracts were done, and Floyd responded, "Let's go." To make it even more clear that Floyd knew about the plane purchase and the terms of the purchase and sale, here's a text between Floyd and Jona where Floyd writes, "Can you call me about the plane, please? I need for you to update me, please." And Jona responded,
"How much we get for that plane?
Plane is ready to close." Jona saved hundreds of private images, screenshots of text messages, and I can understand why he did it. They were dealing with millions upon millions of dollars. Floyd was going broke, and Jona worried that Floyd was going to start blaming those around him for his financial problems. Back in November 2025, Jona sent this message to Floyd saying, "I can help continue to create income for you for life, but you need to start saving more money and spending less."
There should be a lesson to all of y'all watching this.
It should be a lesson to everybody in the world. A fool and his money shall soon part. I think that was written by God or Jesus or somebody.